do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Baby, baby. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh no, I pushed the wrong button. I done pushed the wrong button. I done pushed the wrong button. Mm, 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 mm.
I'm thankful for this stool because I love the.
Oh my gosh. Maybe I'm yours. Well, can you see me? I think I'm back. I think I'm back. I think I'm live. I wanted so we've been doing movie nights. We've been doing movie what can you hear me before I even start running my mouth? You can hear me? Thank you. Thank you. I almost called you Junebug. Thank you, Jessica. Um we started doing movie nights on Patreon and look, I don't mind because if I have a good excuse to be able to watch a cool movie every week, you know how long it's been since I've had the justification to just sit down and watch a movie. I'm always having to write or edit or shoot or do something to stay busy, but if I have the ability to just chill out and watch a movie once a week, so lately there's been like 4 or 5 of us chilling and watching movies, and I'm like, hey, if more because look, if more people want to join the Patreon to see extras or whatever, cool. But there's like 200 something people on there. That's a lot of people that could be scoping the movie nights that probably don't even know that we're doing them, because if they're not looking at their email or whatever, I think that's the only way that you get a notification. If I post something on Patreon, it'll send you an email. So if people don't constantly look at their emails, or if it's in the junk or whatever, and they're supporting on Patreon, I'd like to let them know, like, hey, and then maybe they don't care. They don't want to sit down for 2 hours a week and just watch a movie with me. So that's why I put that on there. I'm not trying to disrespect. I'm not trying to disrespect by any means. Big Al. Hey, you know what? Just for tonight, just for tonight, just out of respect, let's just show the homie Big Al some love. Um, I just needed like 2 seconds. I just needed like 2 seconds of MMA Joey. 2 seconds of MMA Joey will fill me up for like a whole month. Whoa, whoa, hold on. Not like that. And that's when things glitched out last time. Because again, I know things turned pretty polarizing lately when it comes to MMA Joey, MMA Guru. And it's dumb. It's unfortunate. It's like you have to take sides, and I don't do that. And I know some people will get upset. They'll straight up get upset if I say, I got respect for what MMA Joey does. I got respect for what MMA Guru does, because there's people that hate both of them. But in their own ways, they have their own strengths. They have their own factors that make them solid at what they do. So, me liking one has nothing to do with the other, and vice versa. I don't know why people got to make everything like that. I like all of them, except Nina Drama. Say Nina Drama. Whether times are good or bad, happy or sad, make a community post 15 minutes before on YouTube, bro. The movie night's so fun and worth the Patreon membership. Thank you, come on. I feel like I've been like for years, I've been looking for something to like really make the Patreon set apart and something different. And I just feel like that's the first step in that direction. I'm definitely not going to consider it the end all be all and then I'm done making, improvements. But I feel like that's a step in the right direction. But yeah, I need to do that. I've been on, you know what? I forgot. I haven't even told you guys another big thing that's coming up. I don't know if it's going to be big. I guess that's up to you guys. But there's another thing I mentioned a couple streams ago that I was going to be doing that I haven't even unveiled yet. But we started the new channel. And, when I say we, I mean like the community. Like it's me by myself on the channel. But there's the new channel. And then there's a new thing I'm going to be doing. And you'll see. And then trying to put some good stuff on the Patreon. And I do need... the reason I was saying that is because I've been trying to do so much that it's easy for me to get like a little disorganized and distracted, and easy for me to miss things. So I do need to be better organized to the point where it's like, hey, I'm going to do this event. I'm going to do this thing, heads up. But so much of the time I'm so behind. I just hop in at the last second. And I just need to get better at that kind of stuff. You know what? Let me try to, thank you, Adam. Thank you. Exactly, Jane. Exactly. Wait, what? Wait, what, David? Are you big boy with your... I don't look, I'm not embarrassed to say this. I feel like a lot of people are embarrassed to say this. I actually kind of say it like a point of pride. I don't have any friends. I mean, I feel like I have like one friend that doesn't even live around me. But I feel like I don't have any friends, and I'm okay with that. I've engineered my life to be that way very intentionally because I'm so picky and intentional with my time that there's just, and I know it sounds like anti-human and kind of mean, but there's just no time in my day for friends. And I, frankly, it blows my beanie when I hear people talk about like, yeah, me and my friends are going to do this and we're going to go there and we're doing that. And they're like, how do you have the time? Like, you must not have anything going on. Like, I don't know, whatever. I know there's probably people on here that have friends and do it, but I don't understand it. I guess everybody runs their life differently, and maybe I'm too much of a workaholic and I should be better. I'm not saying it like it's a good thing. I'm just saying, but yeah, I don't have friends. The new dragon change of scenery. What's the dragon change? I mean, I've had a change of scenery, but what do you mean the dragon? And then leave again for the family to fight with your village. So this is much more. Are you, as they say, on a sick one? Are you on a sick one right now? David. Mike Lang, it feels good, bro. I said it a couple days ago when somebody commented on the new channel. It's funny, like, like if my new on the new channel, if one of my videos gets even like 1,000 views, I'm like Mr. Beast, bro. I'm on top of the world. If on like on this channel, if I upload an edited video and it gets like even less than 50,000 views, I'm like, I want to die, you know? I'm like inconsolable. And again, it's because I've tasted, you know, I've been there on this channel. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views on videos, millions of views on videos, shorts, longs. So it's like, I've been there, you know, so to not be there, it's like, what the heck? But on the new channel, once I hit 1,000 subscribers the other day, or if I get a video past 1,000, I'm like, let's celebrate. And then I look around, there's no friends, and I'm like, never mind. But yeah, I'm excited, bro. I haven't felt like that in a long time. What the heck? Oh, that took me off guard, bro. You know who you are, I guess. Angel Padilla, you guys are different. It's different because, you know, like, it's weird. I feel like Theo Vaughn and Joe Rogan were kind of talking about that on the podcast the other day, where I just feel so disconnected in like in my off the internet life. But like on here, it's like we're all homies, and I'm like the most comfortable with you guys. But like in the real world, it's like I don't have people that I would be like, hey, let's go get a burger, or let's go bowling. So if someone comes at me like that, I'm like, oh snap, I gotta change my phone number now. It's weird. I don't know how to describe it. Jane. I don't know. Me and Marilena have had some strong words about that before, and apparently I'm supposed to consider her my friend. So, probably. Friends are a new thing. People in the past didn't have friends. They went to work, went to home, slept, wake up, repeat. Exactly. Just like and I guess I'm guilty of this as well. Just like parents now. Parents now are different. Like parents now are like, I want to be your best friend. I want to be cool. And back then it was like, why are you talking to me? I'm reading the newspaper. I just came home from work. I'm hungry. Do you need something? You need your mom to help you with your homework, or what's that? Okay, see you in a couple weeks. You know, like things have changed over the years. Parents got soft, you know. But again, I'm guilty of it. So I should probably look. Does Ian Garry deserve a title shot? The easy answer is no. He defeated Benain Muhammad the other night, and I'd have to go back and look at it. I actually kind of wanted to do that before I talked about it again, but I believe that Garry was saying some negative things about Muhammad, about his fighting style, and how he was far superior to Muhammad. You know, boring, hugger, and all that kind of stuff. After the fight, Garry was talking quite a bit about, well, there's a reason that this dude was the champion. There's a reason this dude held the title. This dude's a beast. There's a reason why I didn't finish him. And he was really hyping him up after the fact. And of course, he was doing this because he wasn't able to finish him. And now after the fact, he has to make this dude look like a beast. Because if he's stuck with the narrative, yeah, this dude's boring, this dude's a hugger, this dude goes to decisions, this dude didn't deserve to hold the title, this dude is an embarrassment to the strap, and blah, 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 then he looks bad. But the narrative changed after the fact. And as soon as he got on the mic after that with Bisping, he starts going on about how Muhammad's such a warrior. And it's like, what? Where did this come from? He did the switcheroo with the quickness. And then he goes to get interviewed by the three people at the end. I can't even remember the lady's name. And then Mike, what's that dude's name? They got the glass in the face from Conor McGregor on the bus. Michael Chaser. and then Michael Bisping. And I don't know if you guys watched it. I always watch after the events. I chill out to the end where they do all the they talk about their feelings and they go over what happened. It's usually like with the pay-per-views, it's DC is Joe Rogan, John Anik, and they're kind of like, oh my gosh, that was crazy. And then DC sticks, you know how he's always fixing his collar? You guys notice him doing that? He's always looking at himself in the monitor, fixing his collar. And then after that, it's always someone else at a table. It's like Alan Joban and whoever. And Ian Garry came out, and Bisping was holding his chanclas to the fire, and Gary was talking about how he deserved a title shot, and Bisping was like, I don't know. And then Gary was getting very defensive, and Gary was like, hey, you trying to do me like England versus Ireland all over again? Are we beefing or what's happening? And it's like, bro, this is their job. They got to throw stuff at you. You got to be able to take some criticism. You got to be able to bob and weave and deal with the adversity. And Gary was getting emotional. And he was like basically talking to them like, hey, don't you understand that I feel like I deserve this? I need you to be on my side right now. And he was just like, you could see that it was getting more and more escalated. And at one point, he kind of put his finger toward Bisping. I did it on my channel, my most recent video. He put it not like quite in his face, but he's putting his finger, and Bisping didn't like it. And then Bisping's like, and he's putting his finger. They were giving each other the finger. The video is actually on YouTube if you want to scope it out. It's on the ESPN channel. And Bisping's bringing up Shafkat. He's like, what about this dude? What about Usman? What about Prates? And Ian Garry just had the dumbest responses at every opportunity. And then when I looked it up, because I'm trying to dig into this, I'm like, hold up. Let me see who does deserve this. Because I was kind of thinking of it, like if you're thinking of it from a casual type of perspective, if you're just going in blind, it's like, okay, Usman, you know, I know the no knees thing has kind of become a joke, but it's like, it is a reality. It's a meme for a reason. There's truth to there's a reason why people laugh at jokes. It's because of the nugget of truth in them. It creates that moment of discomfort, and people go like, oh, I can't believe they said that. That's true. If it's something that's totally from out of nowhere that you can't connect to and isn't familiar in any way and has no grounding, then it's like, what? It's too much of a leap. It's too obscure. But people laugh because they go, oh, you know how people say that stupid, I hate it when they say the quiet part out loud thing. It's very trendy to say that now. But that's what it is. When somebody exposes something that's like, oh, we don't normally say that. Or it's maybe made them realize something for the first time. The knees thing, I say all of this to say that the knees thing is very real. Usman fan or not, it's very real. And we have to be honest. We have to be honest. Just like I like Arman. I like Arman Tsarukyan a lot. I like him a lot. But his victory over Dan Hooker is kind of like Conor McGregor's victory over Cowboy Cerrone. And that's aside from it being a dive. That doesn't even matter. Let's just say it wasn't a dive. Dan Hooker taking the loss that he did in the fashion that he did to Arman Tsarukyan is like Cerrone losing to Conor McGregor. It's like, it's not the biggest gesture. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's similar to Usman and Joaquin Buckley. Buckley's like a big, intimidating looking dude, looks athletic, looks strong, quick. But that doesn't mean anything when you're in the cage, when you're going toe to toe. And I don't think that we could look at that Buckley victory and then throw Usman in there with one of the most dominant fighters that has ever stepped into the octagon. Bert Olomio, why are you uploading videos to the other channel, fo? Long story short, I'm trying to do things better this time around. I made a lot of mistakes on this channel. I made a lot
Thanks for the
of
sub.
mistakes. I got a lot of copyright strikes. I got a lot of videos just flat out blocked worldwide. I got age restrictions. I got demonetizations. I had so many issues on this channel because when I was making this channel, I was learning from my mistakes. I was process of elimination kind of stuff. I was uploading stuff that I shouldn't have uploaded. I was doing stuff that went against the community guidelines, and I learned the hard way. And I fully believe, and I know it sounds like something that people just cry about when their content's no good, but I fully believe that I affected my visibility, my channel's visibility. Now YouTube is very intentional about making sure that they don't flat out say that people get shadow banned. It's like they don't want to have that put on them. But I have read things from YouTube themselves. Even when I was chatting with someone from YouTube a few months ago, and I think I screenshotted all of it. And they said something along the lines of how different things I could have done in my past in regard to community guidelines, whatever, could have absolutely affected my channel's visibility. And when I read that, I was like, I need to start a new channel. I was like, I didn't know if I was crazy all these years when I kept saying, I'm shadow banned. And then I see channels all the time like, you're not shadow banned. If your channel doesn't have views, it's not because you're shadow banned. That's not real. It's just because your content's no good. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Because of my thumbs up ratio, all the comments I get, I would know if people didn't like my content. It doesn't make any sense. And then I read that those things could have affected your channel's visibility. And I was like, there it is. I need to start a new channel. But I was terrified. It was like, I can't start another channel from the ground up, demonetized. I'll never get anywhere. I can't do this all over again. And I will tell you, it is 100% because of the generous people in this community who have gone to the YouTube membership, who have gone to Patreon, who shoot money on PayPal, who do super chats on here. That has allowed, because the other channel makes me $0. Obviously, I mean, I'm sure you guys all know that's how YouTube works. I only have 3 videos on there so far, but it makes $0. You can't even get monetized until you have over 1,000 subscribers, which fortunately I hit thanks to you guys, and over 4,000 hours of watch time. And I don't even know how close I am to that yet because it takes forever to re-upload. But right now I make $0 on that channel. So the time that I sit down to write those things, and let me show you something, Jane. The time that it takes me to write these and then sit down and record them. And sometimes I have to do more than one take. I take a lot of pride in it. The new channel, if you watch a video, I do them all in one take. And to me, I've like forced myself to do that. It's like, you know what? If I'm going to do a new channel, there's going to be certain things I have to do. They are musts. Like the new channel, there's no footage. There is no video. No video. It is like, that's it. There's nothing like black and white. I'm not doing it. It's only photos. Video has gotten me into so much trouble and got me in a lot of demonetization, blocks, and so on and et cetera and so forth. Only pictures. And then I do them all in one take, and I cut it in a way, the way I edit it, I make sure to do it in a way that the viewer could see that I did it all in one take. And to some of you, that might not mean anything. You might not even notice. You don't care. You don't understand the relevance of that, the importance of that. For me, as like someone that's a performer, if you will, I take pride in that. And I think it's not an easy thing to do. So when you watch those videos, from the first word I say to the last, I didn't stop. I didn't stop and laugh. I didn't break. I didn't sneeze. It's all one take. And I'm very proud of that. So anyway, God, I didn't think I was going to talk about it this long. I 100% made that new channel to do what I did, to do things right and to not make the mistakes I made with this channel. I'm going to be more consistent on that channel than I've ever been on this channel. And I made sure that the content was so simple and basic enough that I could make it constantly. Maybe make a couple to a few of them a week, just non-stop, no gaps, just boom, 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 no slowing down, only keeping the momentum going, which I definitely did not do on this channel. I'm going to do good with the community guidelines. I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to keep it basic and simple because it got overwhelming on here and it was simply not sustainable. But Jane, I was reminded right now because you said something like on the first video, you were like, I want to see his notepad. It'd be funny just to see a bunch of doodles and stuff like that. And I was like, nah, like I'm not even gonna front. Like I'm straight up reading off the paper. I can't take credit for that. So look, I'm reading. Wait, how do I do this right? See you with a kiss. I literally write it word for word. Can you read that, Jane? That's it right there. So I just write it all out. I guess if you care, you could screenshot this later and make sure I'm not lying. But that's literally, and I like writing it out. Cause when you, and I tell my kids the same thing, like when you write stuff out, it just commits to, oh look at, and then you flip the page. And I wasn't joking. Like I wasn't trying to trick you. Like you flip the page, and then Taekwondo. You see? That was real life right there. And you could see, I was laughing when I was writing this, and I wanted it to be authentic, and I intentionally fit everything at the bottom. You know how you start writing smaller to fit everything? I intentionally did that so that it could be Taekwondo on the page turn. Cuz I didn't want it to that's how I operate. I wanted everything to be authentic. I didn't want to fake a page turn to say Taekwondo. But I even tell the kids things commit differently to your memory when you write it. So I really enjoyed writing it and then reading my own handwriting. But lately, dang, this one had a lot of pages. Lately, I've been really pressed for time. Dang, this one had a lot of pages. I think it's because it takes up more space when you handwrite it. So then I started running out of time, and I just started taping it. I remember this day I was really running short on time, and I panicked. I was like, "Oh snap! I don't have the time to write it out today." And I was like, "Well, then I'm just gonna tape it." Because I like the notebook thing. I think some people are scratching their beanies over it and they're like, I don't get it. It looks unprofessional. You got to just look to the camera. But I had to use electrical tape on this one because I forgot my tape. But I tell people what am I saying? I've been wanting to do something like this for a long time. Like something like newscaster style where they're like reading off their notes or something, or kind of like a stand-up format or something. But anyway, you could tell as how much I've rambled on about it. I'm very excited about the new channel. I'm sincerely having fun on there. It doesn't feel like work as much. I'm having fun with it. Jairo, you see NYPD is investigating Dan is getting jumped now. Will John Pork and Gain lose visa privileges? Oh, snap. Did Dennis go and like press charges or what? There's no way. After all those papas, is he going to press? I mean, I think at a certain point it kind of supersedes the person's preference, right? I mean, like at a certain, like let's say they kill Dylan Dennis. It's not like he has to be like it has to be in his will that he wanted to press charges, right? Like at a certain level, like the state or whoever will just press charges, right? But if he moves like that, if he moves and operates the way that he does, and then he press charges, that's crazy. They probably would though. They probably would. No, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't like in this current time in America. And look, I'm not trying to be polarizing. I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm not trying to be insulting. You know, I don't move that way. But I feel like at this time in the world, at the place we are right now in the grand scheme of things, I don't feel like the United States would be as enthusiastic to deport people like John Pork and his posse. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they're more eager to do the opposite. I feel like maybe they'll get rid of like Mexicans and certain, you know, undesirables. But I feel like that kind of goes against what they, you know, goes against the big picture. Does the subscription transfer over? I think you're asking if you have like a membership on here, does it transfer over? No, that I don't think that's possible. But I will give you preferential treatment. The closer I get to you. Oh, Oh, thank you. Fear of God. What's up, man? What's up? Love you, boy. Love you, man. Yeah, the channel's not even monetized, so there's not even memberships on there yet. And just so you know, I'm glad this came up. I have no desire whatsoever to try to even, like, there's already people on the membership and Pandora, which blows my beanie. But I would never dream of trying to get people who are members on here to also be members on there. I'm not going to try to double dip like that. I think that's dirty. That channel is to try to do things right with the algorithm and with Google AdSense and making that work. I have no intention of trying to do that. And this is the channel where I'm always going to do the streaming. So if you care about, you know, the access and the look that you have on here and being a gringo on here and all the stuff on here, this is where it's going to be at. I don't know if I'll ever stream on that channel. I'm kind of terrified to stream on that channel, to be honest with you. I don't want to mess up anything. Oh, dang, you don't like my handwriting? Wait, Jay, you haven't seen my new channel, bro? Look, this makes me very, very optimistic, actually, because I was under the impression that like everyone already knew about my new channel. And if they hadn't watched it by now, that they just decided like, no, thanks. It's exciting to see that maybe there's some people that just don't know about it. Here's the new channel if you guys want to scope it out. Please only go if you're down with some more stripped down, low budget content. It's a little different. It's a little different than my breakdowns. It's a lot more simpler stuff that I could do more consistently. I'm a one-man show. But there it is. If you would like it, I would appreciate some subscriptions and you could stay tuned. One take is wild, but having the context that you're a perfectionist makes it even more awesome. Bro, it has not, that part has not been easy. Like in a huge way, it is extremely liberating to be like, hey, I don't care. I'm doing one take and that's it. Oh, wow. And it's very freeing to sit there and be like, that's all I got to work with. It doesn't even matter if I don't like it. Like that is what it is. Oh well. It's made things a lot quicker. Like before, when I would shoot the I think I've told you guys this before. When I would shoot a normal, like the Tomas Aspinall video that I did, the truth about Tomas Aspinall's eye, a deep dive or whatever, the most recent like edited style video I've done on this channel. When I shot that video, there was a little under 3 hours of footage, basically 3 hours of footage. And I had to edit that down to, and that's probably a bad example because I edited down that one to like, how long was that video? Like 16 minutes? Ooh, thank you for the membership. But like on another video, let's say the one that I did about when Mr. Beast, when Mike Tyson punched Mr. Beast, that one was probably like 2.5 hours of footage. And I edited that down to like 9 minutes or whatever it was. Now I do it in one take. This video that I uploaded earlier today, it's a 5-minute, 16-second video. I had 5 minutes and 15 seconds of footage. I just read it through one time. And all the editing after that was just looking for all the right photos, dropping them in, and then sometimes zooming in and pulling back. That's it. Which that used to take couple days at least. At least. It used to take me probably at least one full day just to find all the right photos and videos and cut them and trim them and find the audio. And jeez. And like I said, I'll still do it on this channel, but it's gonna be a lot more fewer and in between. Hey, thank you, Digital Complexity. I knew I needed to. I did a video or two on this channel where I had it like plugged right here, and it did not sound the way I wanted it to. I was like the Mike Tyson video and the Tomas Aspinall one. I was very unhappy with the audio. Very, very unhappy. I almost ADR'd it. I almost, you know how they do with the cartoons? They watch it and then they match it to the lips. I almost did that on my last 2 uploads on this channel. It was hard for me, again, being a perfectionist. It was very, very, very difficult for me. So I knew I needed to have something. It was like, you know what? Like, what are we doing here? Let's not play games. I like to do things differently. I like to do things creatively. I like to be entertaining. I like to have fun. I like to make people laugh. I was like, how could I do this? How am I going to hold this microphone? And man, when I thought of that, when I had that idea, I was just like chuckling to myself in the car. I was like, it was like, da-na-na-na. It was like Zelda, you know? I want to say a big fat thank you to somebody who, at least up to this point, has asked to remain nameless. When I ended the stream earlier, somebody slapped down 100 big ones. And I want to say thank you to that person. And I don't believe that person is here right now. I'm not sure. But thank you very much for doing that. I definitely did not expect that, especially after the stream. And your new channel gets 2 chanclas up. I want to say thank you to Hoser the guy. And of course, Hoser the gal. Hoser the family. Just sent $25 weenies for them Costco weenies. You know what? I had some weenies earlier today. I had some. They were from Walmart. I think they were Ballpark. And it kind of tastes like I might as well have been eating a human. Like it had this. It was not pleasurable. And pleasurable is not the word that I like when I'm talking about hot dogs. But what I'm trying to say is that I would prefer the next time I put some weenies in my fridge that they be some Costco weenies. And I want to thank you, Hoser, the family, for slapping down 25 big ones on the PayPal toward that goal. Thank you very much. You want to compete for bad handwriting? The new content is amazing. Making sure to like every video to juice the algorithm. Thank you, Fear of God. Thank you, bro. I mean, it all matters big time. All matters. Dang, we got a lot of bad handwriters in here. Could still use a dinosaur doodle. I'm not a good doodler, though. I always wanted to be a good drawer when I was a kid. And, like, all my relatives were, but I was terrible at it. Dang, they do it to generate. You have a Pandora sub? What does that mean? I mean, I have an account, like I have a free one. You probably mean the ones you pay for, huh? If you're using the word sub, I use the free one, bro. I'll hear those commercials all day. I'm a cheapskate, bro. I can't pay for stuff like Pandora. I'm not rolling like that, bro. I'm double dipping the first chance I get. New channels need a certain amount of subs to get members. You're the best. At first, I thought you were making fun of Nina Drama with her notebook. Buonasera, buonasera. What have I done for you to treat me like this? On the day of my Ian Garry stream, what have I done to deserve to be treated like this? You know what? I did not make that connection. I never made that connection. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't watch Nina drama content. I remember when she first came out. I'm going to be honest. I saw her videos and I thought, this is fantastic. It's refreshing. It's different. And it very quickly turned into, and I've told you this before. I feel like she's doing something very similar to what I would be doing if I had the opportunity, and then it made me want to hate her. And I mean, it's small, it's petty. It was maybe a jealousy, you know. It just felt like I've been doing this seemingly forever, and then someone comes along with some bazoombas, and they get an opportunity that maybe I didn't have. And it's like, maybe I could just like take some supplements and get some gyno or something. I don't know. Like maybe I'll swing some gyno Dana's way or something like that. Like I'm trying to weigh the possibilities. We are family. But I don't watch her content anymore because it's to be honest, it's kind of frustrating to me. And I didn't even know that she does a notebook thing. I feel like now that you say it, I feel like I've seen her look down at something. And now I kind of feel like I ruined what could have been like a joke that like, oh, I get what he's doing. He's doing the Nina, like, and now I'm like, oh no, it didn't even occur to me. Cause I got all my homies with me. Okay. Marloca just slapped down 5 Mexican martial arts memberships for Turkey's Nest, Rotten Head, Uncle D, Numb Nuts, and Kareem. Congratulations. Welcome to the family. You go to my YouTube homepage, you'll see a membership perks tab with a bunch of goodies in there. Stuff that the general population is never going to see. Thank you, Marloca. Marloca, you dodged some technical difficulties that we dodged earlier. Did you see Joey getting $1,000 on PayPal? I saw him. Wasn't it like 1,500? I'm pretty sure I saw a clip where someone gave him like $1,500 on PayPal. I don't think I've ever had a single PayPal donation like that. But I've had, I believe, 2 people who have given that much, I believe, when you add it all up on a single night. So, I mean, I know the feeling of like, wow. It's just, I mean, when I saw that, I was happy for him because I know what it feels like when you're doing what you're doing and sometimes you just feel like a loser. And because nobody does that unless they appreciate what you're doing at that level. Because that speaks of appreciation and enjoyment and entertainment to a certain kind of level. And that just lets you know that you had that kind of an impact on somebody. And then, of course, they have to be someone in a position to be able to do that. Because I'm sure there's lots of people who would be that generous if they had the opportunity. So it's just a lot of the right things happening at the same time. But that was cool. That was really cool. I've been with you since your skit on Red Panty Night 2 or 3 years ago. Love your content and channel. Don't stop. Kevin Graysham. Hey, thank you, bro. You know what? You remind me, sometime last month, I was actually looking for him. I was going to whip him out again. And I can't find him anywhere. And I know that Marilena wasn't, I mean, she, you know, there was no problems, nothing like that. But I know she wasn't the biggest fan of them. And I kind of suspect foul play. So I will be conducting an investigation and trying to see if they've been hidden somewhere. Maybe they were lost in the move. It's okay. I have Amazon. I could get more. I could get different colors. Mar Loca. Am I having deja vu? No, there's some different names. Mar Loca slapped down 5 more. What does it say? Low boy. Julio Rodriguez, Rob Banks, and Striker Frost. And the next XD. Thank you. The prom queen of the community. The prom queen. El official prima. Thank you, Marloca. Thank you. It's just a double whammy. When you bless the funds, and you bless the people at the same time. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Angel. Yup. There's a few people that know for sure. Imagine if they mistyped the amount with more zeros. I saw one time a kid donated $100. He wanted to donate $1 or 10. He was panicking. Oh, snap. He uses that credit card. So one time somebody donated in one of my streams, and it was messed up because it was, first of all, when let's just be honest, if you're a streamer and somebody donates, it's huge. That's your livelihood. And it feels good. It feels like when anybody gets tipped. I used to be a pizza delivery driver. It feels amazing when you get tipped. It feels good. It feels like you're doing your job right. Things are going in the right direction. And I remember someone donated like $300 one time. And then they just like immediately after. No, wait a minute. Okay, now I remember. Something like $300 was donated. And then immediately someone started coming into the chat saying that they wanted a refund and that it was a mistake. And I was like, that was a huge blow, you know, and I wasn't going to show that. I was just like, oh, of course, like, let me help you out. I wasn't going to make them feel bad. But it turned out that $300 donation, it didn't take me long to realize, wait a minute, I know who this is. There's someone that had given before. And I could see on the back end when I tied the name to whatever. And then I think eventually that person was like, yeah, that was me. We're all good. So then I went back to the other person. I was like, what are you talking about? And then I start looking through everything. And there was just like no sign whatsoever that this person even donated anything. And they were trying to act like, yeah, I did. And I was like, bro, I can't find anything. What are you talking about? I don't even get money from you. And they just kept going back and forth till finally I was like, you know what? I think you're trolling me. I can't put any more energy into this because this was like midstream. And I was just making everything weird by talking about all that drama. But yeah, it happens. I've heard it happen to other people. Thoughts on Jordan 11 Mojave? What the heck is that? Oh, is there new Jordans or what? I'm not a sneakerhead. The Jordan 11 Mojave is a recent Air Jordan 11 retro shoe release on November 22nd. It's part of North America exclusive lineup celebrating 30. Okay. Aw. You know what? I'll be honest. I feel like, oof. I feel like that is 100% something that I would have got when I was in high school, when I was a sneakerhead. 100%. Like, I could never wear those now. Like, it's hard for me. It is really, really hard for me to wear sneakers as an adult now. And I mean no disrespect, because I know probably 99% of the dudes in this chat probably wear sneakers, basketball shoes, whatever, New Balance or whatever. I can't go out like that, bro. I just feel funny. So like, even just like my and ones that I just bought recently, I'll just wear them like when I'm working out at the house or whatever. I don't even know if I could ever actually take them somewhere. And I think they're clean. I like them. But I would have 100% wore those when I was a teenager. But now if I bought them, it's like, and I wouldn't buy them. I wouldn't be able to spend money like that on shoes right now. I'd feel too guilty. I wouldn't even be able to wear them anywhere. I would feel like embarrassed. Wait, what was it? A 50 gift membership? Or are you talking about the stream when that happened? Are you saying you remember that? Are you saying you remember that long ago, bro? You remember it better than I did? If you want, yeah, send me an email. For a function. I feel like I talked about the title for like 2 seconds. Ian Garry, shoot, man, I was on a little roll right there and I got distracted. I think I got distracted with the super chat. Hold on, let me screenshot this because I want to make sure I come through if that's... everything. Dang it. That's going to drive me crazy. After Bisping was talking with Gary, I looked at his MMA record. He has 10 wins in the UFC, and 7 of them are decisions. 7 of them. The other contenders that are being talked about right now are Usman, Shavkat, and Prates. Morales has been kind of thrown out there, but I don't think anyone's really taking it that serious. It's just hard to say because of what Prates and Morales did a week before, but dude has some. So, yeah, I think Prates made a good point, though, because Gary has 7 decision wins out of 10 wins. And Gary is saying Usman is an old dude. He has no knees. And Ariel Helwani, when Gary came on his show, Ariel was like, hey, you don't think... He was like really dissing Usman. Ariel was. And he was like, you know they're going to give it to him. You know they're going to get all nostalgic and try to give the swan song kind of... I forgot how he worded it, but he was basically making it sound kind of messed up. True. So, Ariel was saying, I think they're just going to do that. He said, I don't think it's right. I don't agree with it, but I think it's just going to go with whatever kind of narrative, and they're going to, one good, bon voyage and a goodbye and make it look like a beautiful story for a career, picture book kind of ending or whatever. Which I understand. I kind of think that it would be crazy if Usman got a title shot, because just like I said about Gary beating Usman and McGregor beating Cerrone, aside from it being a dive, it's kind of the same as Usman beating Buckley. And as much as I couldn't stand Usman during his career, during his run, it's kind of nice to see a dude be able to go, kind of like Tony Ferguson. I couldn't stand Tony Ferguson. I never liked that dude. But when he won that boxing match, I found myself rooting for him. Like, you don't want to kick a dude when he's down, So as much as it was nice for Usman to get that against Buckley, I don't think it's going to do any favors for his career to see him be sacrificed by Makhachev. And Ian Garry is talking about how Shavkat doesn't deserve it because he's been inactive for a year. Now, I know this is just an opinion, but looking at, let me pull something up right here. Yeah. If we go all the way back to August of 2023, Benign Mohammed, Carlos Prates, Michael Page, Jeff Neal, Neil Magny. The last 5 wins from Garry, decision wins. 5 in a row. And then he had a couple more in the UFC, 7 total. 5 decision wins in a row. And in between those was a decision loss to Shavkat. So we keep talking about how Shavkat doesn't deserve it. People, like everyone that is in favor of Garry, and Garry himself is the one leading this charge, saying that Shavkat absolutely does not deserve a title shot because he's been inactive for a year. Well, if I look at this, we go all the way back to August of 2023. Now, I'm not the best at math, and I said this earlier when I did a stream earlier today. I believe that was over 2 years ago. Over 2 years ago. Shavkat has been inactive for 1 year. Ian Garry, as far as I'm confirmed, has been inactive for 2 years. 2 years and a couple months. Now, when I look at this record and I see decision, loss by decision, I'm like, oh, you spelled inactivity wrong. All those decisions sound like inactivity to me. And I think if we're going to be very frank here, I think decision is equivalent to inactivity for people who pay for UFC events, whether it's a full-on pay-per-view or even paying the monthly subscription for ESPN Plus. You want to see entertainment. You want to see the putazos. You want to see them throwing. You don't want to see Makhachev versus Jack de Macarena. You don't want to see Valentina versus Weili Zhang. Now, I'm not going to go full-blown casual. I'm not going to say that Stephen Thompson versus Tyrone Woodley is boring, because we know, for people who truly understand martial arts, strategy, technical fighting, that there are interesting, entertaining things that you can find in there. For people, it's just like people who watch IBJFF, whatever. IJBFF, IBJJF. I don't even know how it goes. I feel like the majority of the population would watch that and be like, do they know we're watching them? I feel like a voyeur right now. But then there's a handful of people that would watch that and be like, no, you don't understand what's happening right now. This is super exciting. Actually, so I'm not going to go full-blown casual and act like there were no nuggets that you could extract from those Garry fights, that there weren't some skill in there weren't some strategy, and that they weren't drawn out for the full rounds for a reason. I'm not going to say that. But, especially, again, the merge with TKO, the UFC, legally, quite legally, literally, is an entertainment company. It's an entertainment company. Haven't we learned, I don't need to be the bad guy here. You guys don't need to make me the bad guy. I'm not the one breaking the news here. I'm not making the rules. I'm not building this infrastructure. I'm just reminding you. Haven't we learned time and time again that it doesn't matter. Rankings don't matter. The rightful contenders don't matter. People have to turn in to Colby Covington. Colby Covington wasn't born Colby Covington. He had to start identifying as Colby Covington. Henry Cejudo, he had to turn into that dude. Conor McGregor? Even Conor McGregor had to turn into that dude. Yes. The dude that says it's just business. It's just business. He had to turn into that as a business move. So we can't just say Ian Garry has been active. He's been winning decisions. Look at the record. By the way, Ian Garry, telling me to look at your record doesn't help you. It doesn't help you, Ian Garry. Jeff Neal? Neil Magny? Daniel Rodriguez? Page? I mean, I know he has some highlights, but Page? And then you lose? Come on. Bilal? The most benign champion we've had? Besides Tomas Aspinall? Is Tomas Aspinall the only champion in UFC history that didn't actually win his championship? I'm not sure. But it doesn't help your case, Ian Garry. It's an entertainment company. Now, I'm not saying Shavkat deserves it. I'm not saying he deserves it. Even though, when you click on Shavkat Ramonov, I was on Ian Garry's Wikipedia, I click on Shavkat, and it says when he defeated Ian Machado Garry, it was a UFC welterweight title eliminator. Oh, well then, there it is. It wouldn't be on the internet if it wasn't true. It wouldn't be on Wikipedia if it wasn't true. I know that people like to make fun of Wikipedia. I understand that. But Wikipedia is 2025's Library of Alexandria. And I know there's a lot of fools out there of you that want to burn it down. And you just scroll past when they're asking you for 10 cents. You don't got 10 cents. Now, literally, you probably don't get 10 cents. Because coins aren't as popular these days and people aren't walking around with dimes in their pockets. But you got a credit card. You know what I'm saying. Shavkat already won the title eliminator. He already won the ability to get the title shot. And then Garry defeats the most benign Muhammad champion that we've had aside from Tomas Aspinall. And very closely, Jack de Macarena. Now, this isn't me saying necessarily that Shavkat deserves it. I'm just saying there's an argument to be made there. Now, I'm going to go against a lot of things that I've said recently. Because you know what? I learn and I grow. And I think that that's why you could have faith in the things that I say. Because I'm not stubborn. I'm willing to be corrected when I'm wrong. I've spent quite a bit of time not really liking Carlos Prates. He kind of rubbed me the wrong way at first. I think he was obnoxious. He was loud. The kind of person that I typically wouldn't root for. Kind of a grating personality, if you ask me. But I watched the interview with him and Ariel Hawini. And I really saw a different side of that dude. And it made me, there was a lot of things that he said that made me gain a lot of respect for him. Ian Garry came on that post-show interview, and the dude was just he sounded like a bratty little toddler who thought he was entitled to the whole world. And anytime somebody put up any kind of a devil's advocate he started to get heated. He started to get heated as he was straight up trying to face off. He was trying to square up right there with Bisping. He's a commentator now. He's a one-eyed commentator. Carlos Prates was on with Ariel Hawini, and Prates was actually building up other dudes and talking about why other dudes deserve title shots. He was literally talking about other dudes in his division doing so well and completely understanding the arguments for why they should get a title shot. How he wouldn't even be upset. He wouldn't even care. He wouldn't be mad. He sees how they deserve it. Makes sense. They've earned it. I'll fight whoever the UFC wants. It's cool. I don't mind. I'll do whatever, put my work in. Cool. Super level-headed, super respectful, willing to fight. That's what we want, right? That's why a lot of the people love the fighters that they love, because they don't turn down stuff. They'll fight anybody, anytime, any place. They're exciting. They're down. DTF, all down to fight, bro. Down to fight to the fullest, till the wheels fall off. And that's Carlos Prates. I didn't know until today that Carlos Prates was like, he was, what did he say? At one point it came up if he would fight like Morales first. He's like, heck yeah, like I'll fight anybody first. I'm not tripping, I'll fight anybody. He's like, if I gotta fight one more, cool. He's not going full Dustin Gaethje. Oh, I'm gonna retire. I'm out of here. I'm not gonna do this. I ain't gonna put up with this. He's the kind of dude that does what we love. I had no idea before this morning that Carlos Prates was DTF. And it made me respect him, the respect that he was showing to other fighters. And he said something in that interview. He said, look, I'm not going to say I deserve it. I'm not going to say Gary, because Gary was like, he doesn't deserve it. That guy doesn't deserve it. They don't deserve it. I deserve it. It's mine. It was like that girl from Willy Wonka. I want it now. It was like the JG. Well, how's it go? I want my money and I want it now. I can't remember who it was. We've joked about that on here before. I can't remember the name though. But at one point he's like, hey, I'm not saying Gary doesn't deserve it. I'm not saying that guy doesn't deserve it. I'm not saying I do. I'm just saying. I think I know what the fans want. They want entertainment. They want to see people get down. They want to see the blood, sweat, and fears. They want to hear broken bones. And isn't that what we want? Doesn't matter how dominant Makachev is. Doesn't matter how dominant Chamoyev is. Doesn't matter how dominant Valentina is. Don't we all complain when they don't throw hands? Don't we all complain when we don't see an eyebrow rolling on the floor? Unless it's Tomas Aspinall, because then he'll quit the fight. But aside from that, could you imagine Tomas Aspinall in a fight like, I can't even think of their names right now. I'm a casual. You know that fight when the dudes' faces were falling off? And then one of them retired and then he came back? What's his name? I can't believe I can't think of either of their names right now. They're like that. It was like that Hall of Fame fight where the dude's nose was, he looked like a skeleton. Like the nose wasn't even there anymore. Robbie Lawler and, can't remember. It is JG Wentworth. Okay. But I can't remember. But you know what I'm saying. But anyway, he made that good point. And this was after he was showing respect to everybody. He was showing respect to other fighters. He was showing humility of himself. He's saying, I'll fight anybody. I'm down. And he was saying, I know what the fans want, and I want to give that to them. I want it to be entertaining. I'm not saying that I deserve it. I'm not saying they don't deserve it. I'm just saying, I think we know what the fans want. And I was like, what am I mad at, bro? How could I, why am I rooting against you? Why don't I like you? And I think maybe I've seen him in the cage with all this adrenaline and he's hyped up and he won. It's like, okay, cool. Everybody emotes differently. You know, I'm not a big emoter like that. I feel like if I had won a fight, and I think it's cool too. I feel like I would be like Fedor. I'd win a fight and I'd just be like, cool. Like I wouldn't even want to give people that, you know, because it's kind of like, I don't like to show my hand like that in situations like that. I wouldn't be like, yeah. I would just be like, cool. I'm gonna go home now. Have a Big Mac. I think that's cool. I like when fighters are like that. But I think it just rubbed me the wrong way at first. And now I'm like, you know what? I misunderstood him. And I think, you know, I feel like, I just feel like with everything that we have in front of us, everything presented to us, even with Prates having lost to Gary, and I know that would be the hugest slap in the face to Ian Garry. I know that would be the biggest slap in the face to Ian Garry. But let me take a look at one more thing here. I mean, say what you will, but say what you will. But I know Benign Muhammad was a champion. He was a champion, but like, dude never even made it through a title defense. And I'm not one of those people. I'm not one of those people that acts like he was never even the champion. I'm not saying that. But I think it's noteworthy. I think it's noteworthy that that's the case. And again, it wasn't until after the fact, until after Garry won, in the very underwhelming fashion that he did, that he started hyping up Muhammad, acting like he was so crazy and hard to deal with. Because before, he was acting like it wasn't going to be no problem. But Garry, he defeated a champion who never even defended. But Prates just went through a former champion, Leon Edwards, who defended and who beat twice what some people consider to be the greatest welterweight of all time. And again, I couldn't stand Usman. I don't think I ever rooted for Usman. I think there was a couple, maybe once, that I called the fight in his favor, but I still didn't want him to win. I couldn't stand that fool. I couldn't stand him. But he was unbelievably dominant, and I had to put some respect on his name. He asked me to put some respect on his name, and I obliged. And he continued to do the same thing over and over his next few fights. Leon beat him twice. Prates beat him. I believe that Prates has a better resume than Garry. It's my opinion that Prates has a better resume than Garry. And Prates is winning by KO, 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 TKO, KO, 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 TKO. Unbelievable. And I hope you see the objectivity in this, because this is the first video, stream, anything that I've appeared in where I wasn't speaking negatively about Prates. I've never been a Prates fanboy, ever. And it wasn't until I heard him lay out his case today and I listened to him objectively. And again, you have to be open-beanied like that. I'm not going to make an ignorant claim and stick to it just because I've already said it out loud. I got to stick to it now. No, I could have my mind changed if it makes sense, if there's truth there. I listened to his argument and I thought, absolutely makes sense. You look at the resumes, the way that they fight, the way that they win, who they fought, what the fans want to see. I mean, the fact that we're even entertaining the thought that they would give Paddy Pimblett a title shot against Ilia Tapoera shows you everything you need to know about the UFC looking more toward the entertainment, the drama, the beef, the exciting nature of whatever's going on than, well, what's the rank? Who beat who? What's the MMA math? They don't care about that. I think it has to be Prates. I don't think Garry deserves it. I don't think Garry deserves it. I think Garry should fight Shavkat again and be like, oh, okay, you think he's rusty and he's washed up and he's not ready and his knees hurt and blah, blah, blah because he's been out of here? Oh, beat him then. Why wouldn't you, Garry? If you could fight him again on a main card as a title eliminator and if you're so confident that you would beat him, do it as a main event, make a bunch of extra money. It's a free fight, right? It's a free space on the bingo card. If you're so confident about your argument, his argument as to why Shavkat doesn't deserve it could also serve as an argument of why he'd be an easy win, right? Do it as a main event, collect some easy money. Just it's a technicality, it's a formality. Then you get your title shot, right? I don't think you would be willing to do that though. I think you will go full Dustin Gaethje. He was already saying that he was going to throw fit. He literally said to Bisping that he would go and attack people. He literally said if someone gets to fight over him, he's gonna go to their dojo and start fighting with them. Like it, he just can't handle it. He can't handle the reality. Yeah, it was Ariel Hawini was saying the same thing. He was saying, bro, Usman, are you kidding me? It's GSP. And then Brates was just like saying that he thought GSP was a boring fighter. And it's like, bro, you're talking about Usman being the best? I mean, how do you think Usman fought? You think he was winning every fight by head kick or what? Spinning outward crescent kick? I mean, you never know what to believe, you know? You never know who actually okayed Patty being in the octagon. If Dana was truly upset about it, who knows, man? Again, it being an entertainment company, you never know the intentions behind things. You never know if people, I mean, it's all a show. It's all a show. When you look at something that Dana White said or did, you could literally equate it to I mean, swap Dana's name with Vince McMahon. Be like, would Vince McMahon really say that? And it'd be like, oh, wait a minute. It's a show. Who knows? Nothing is off limits. It's all for the views. It's all for the entertainment. So when we're all watching these MMA news channels and Dana said this and he said that and Dana got mad, it's like, it's a show, bro. Conor McGregor says that he was saved in Mexico by Jesus. Apparently, he was on a hallucinogenic trip. He was taking some ibogaine. I never heard of ibogaine in my life, but apparently it's illegal in the United States. Which is interesting because isn't cocaine illegal? And Conor McGregor was doing plenty of cocaine in the United States, so I don't know why he couldn't do some ibogaine here. I would figure his plug would have access to that as well, but he went to Mexico and did some ibogaine. Said he was hallucinating, had a spiritual awakening, which is strange. Like, if you're somebody who cares at all about faith or God or theology, you would come to the conclusion immediately, like, oh, he's full of it because Christ will not present himself to someone on a hallucinogenic trip. So I don't know. It's a downward spiral, you know. You start listening to elevation music. You start listening to Hillsong music. It's a slippery slope. You start listening to Hillsong, you end up doing ibogaine in Mexico. Rumor has it, I read it on Reddit, that it's kind of hard to talk about these things after I've already talked about it on another channel, but it's kind of funny. Rumor has it on Reddit that it was not Jesus, it was actually Jesus, you know, being that he was in Mexico, and Jesus was actually the name of his trip sitter. If you don't know what a trip sitter is, it's the dude that sits with you and holds your hand and guides you through your trip while you're all tripping out, you know. It's a lot of hippie stuff, a lot of hippie dippy stuff. And apparently Conor McGregor confused Jesus with Jesus, and he was just trying to get him through his ibogaine trip. But apparently, I mean, it did something for him. There's been reports that Conor McGregor has been walking around with the wedding ring on his finger, and people are saying that he finally straightened up, that he tied the knot with D. Devlin. That is not a joke. I have not fully researched that and seen it myself, but people have been saying that. So I guess if you care, you could go look it up and see if he actually did get married. That'd be kind of funny if they eloped in Mexico. If you get married in Mexico, does it count in America? I don't even know how that works. That's actually very fascinating. I've never thought about that before. Because you know how, like, going to the courthouse and doing all that and making it legal and it's a government, blah, blah. You know how that's a lot of people make the excuse that they don't want to get married? What does it even matter? It's just getting the government involved, blah, blah. You know how they say that? Well, government stuff in one country doesn't have an effect on another country, right? I mean, I wouldn't think so. I don't know a lot about law and government like in that way, but just how something could be legal in the US and it's not illegal, how something could be illegal in the United States and it's not illegal in Mexico. I mean, like, government is entirely different. So is it possible to get married under the Mexican government? And then you come to the US and it's like, oh, well, you're not married here. Is that how that works? If I go to another country, am I a bachelor? If I go to Brazil, never mind. It's not worth it. Hypothetical is not worth it. Um, 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 ceremony in Mexico documents wherever they're citizens. Oh, so what if somebody accidentally does the documents in the wrong country? What? Dang. Hey, you know a little bit too much, Angel. Hey, didn't you just say you got your biology? Hey, you better not be Breaking Bad, Angel. Hey, don't be Breaking Bad on us, Angel. Dang it. He's like, well, actually. Dang, bro has the periodic table of elements as his homepage screen. Oh, snap. Sarah Grandmaster. Don't do me like that. Sarah, I'm too strong. I'm too loyal. I'm loyal to the soil. Breaking Bad, Angel Edition. Ilya Tapuera did upload a video to Twitter of him slapping himself. Basically, it was metaphorical. It was a slap to himself. Supposedly, he uploaded a video slapping Armin. And when you watch the video, it almost looks like more of a caress. Somebody actually commented on the video I did earlier on the other channel. And they were like, I don't see the slap. And it was like, exactly. He's like, he's like, why do people keep talking about this? I don't see the, and I was like, exactly. Because you can see with the left hand, he's like holding onto his neck. And the dude that left I think it was James Bishop, actually. And he was like, I just see him holding the neck. And I was like, yeah, if you zoom in, like microscopically and slow it down, you'll maybe kind of see his right hand touch his face. And it looks more like a caress between two romantic individuals. And then there's a whole new narrative started right there. Maybe Ilya Tapuera has some tendencies of which cause his lady to leave him. John Jones style. And maybe she's covering up for him, acting like he's a philanderer, you know? And he's texting other ladies while he's out here caressing Armin Sarukian. I mean, Ilya's chasing that bag. We know what it's about. Why is he even fighting? Why is he trying to jump outs? He wants money. And who has money? Armin Sarukian. Maybe that's what it's all about. If it's for the right price. Ilya Tapuera. It was embarrassing. It was almost kind of cryptic that he uploaded such an embarrassing narrative whatsoever. It made him look like an idiot. I would think that maybe Armin released the video. Like somebody hacked his phone. Like, it makes no sense that he would do that and think it would look favorable toward himself. What's up, Maxim Taranovsky? Altronado, as soon as I said that, I realized it was chemistry, and I was like, I hope nobody calls me on it. Yeah. I was a pharmacy tech back in the day. Oh, snap. Sarah Grandmaster. What are you talking about? Oh, snap. Hey, I didn't say it, Zeno. You said it. You said it. He slapped him with kindness. John Jones was dancing with a warlord like a little schoolgirl. What the heck? Are you serious? Now, I saw John Jones trying to grapple with Chamoyev, and he got taken down. Now, I will say this. I'm not a John Jones fan, and I am a Chamoyev fan. I'm biased. But I will say this. You could tell that John Jones was not being serious, especially because the fact that they're grappling. They're grappling. And at a point during that, Jones lifted both his feet off the floor, trying to be silly. Like, hey, he's carrying me. I mean, I don't have to tell you guys this. If you're grappling, you're fighting for position, weight distribution. You don't take your patas off the ground. Jones willingly took both his feet off the ground. He's like floating, playing around. And I think part of what Jones was doing, I think he had this presence of mind, like, let's keep this lighthearted. He has kind of like that working relationship with Chamoyev right now. They're doing their thing wherever they're at. And I've been in situations like this with people before. I'll just leave it at that. And I read, one of the comments I read was like, yes, exactly. That's what I was thinking. I've been in situations with people before where they kind of want to roughhouse a little bit. And they're the kind of people that have such an ego, and they don't quite know when to stop messing around, that you have to take it upon yourself to be the one like, just playing, and you kind of let them have position, or you So I remember one particular situation I was in. I was in a situation with someone like that. And I did something to kind of make them laugh. And they started busting up laughing. And then that was the end of that. And I was like, all right, cool. Because it would have got ugly. And I feel like Chamoyev is like a million times, anyone that I've had that kind of interaction with, where it's like he wouldn't know when he has to be the top dog, he has to win, even if he would have died in the process of trying. So I felt like Jones had to be the one like, stop it, come on. And then he just picked up his feet. And then like right after that takedown happened. And again, I say this as someone who has never liked John Jones and someone who is a Chamoyev fan. So I did want to talk about that in a future video, but I did not see him dancing with a warlord. So that is definitely something that I'm glad that you brought to my attention. Let me see if I can find this. John Jones, there's so many videos of him dancing though. He likes to dance on camera. Hamza and Jones dancing. So I haven't seen him yet, but I'm assuming Katie Rov is somewhere. Is there one that has Katie Rov in it? I can't find it. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of Katie Rov-ish type of dudes, but I'm not seeing Katie Rov. Is that who you're talking about? I feel like the place in which they're dancing, I've seen videos of Hamza before. That's probably like Katie Rov's palace or something. Is that who it was, Katie Rov? Must have had a hunch. ARJRGM, I think your music is bleeding through. Oh, snap. Most of the time it's okay as long as I keep talking. But yeah, sometimes I get too quiet. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you. That could really mess me up. This is the kind of stuff I would never do on the new channel. ARJR accounting. Here is some more of my client's money. If he doesn't care about it, why should I? Why should you? I concur. I believe it is your duty. It is your responsibility to adhere to your client's wishes. It is not your job to correct him, to enlighten him, to straighten him out, to judge him. I think you know full well what he wants you to do. And I think you should oblige him. Oh. Oh. Jones and Katie Rov were holding hands and walking around. Oh my. Look, I don't typically make like gay jokes, you know? I feel like it's like low-hanging fruit, you know? And some people might not even like that I put it that way. I don't know. But I think it's like brilliantly hilarious that they're doing something that most people would consider like gay. But the funny thing is, like if Katie Rov knew that Jones was actually gay, then he would kill him. But as long as he doesn't know that, they could continue acting gay as long as they're not gay. I just think that's hilarious. I think it's a funny dance that these guys are doing. It's a tricky dance. Hey, we could act gay as long as you ain't gay. Like you ain't gay, right? Because if you're gay, then we can't do gay stuff no more. Give me some, Beto. Give me some. Oh man. We are family. Obliged. Cause I got all my homies with me. There we go. Obliged. Well, ARJR said he'll allow it. He said he'll allow it. Dang. ARJR accountant. I think you deserve a good Google review from ARJR. I think you are doing good work. I think you are hearing your client. And I hope he's not your only client, because you're probably not gonna last too long in that case. ARJR just sent 5 Mexican martial arts memberships. Hilario Valencia, Ner Benji, Merlino Shorts, Joe Buddy, and Ower. Congratulations, welcome to the family. Thank you, ARJR721. Thank you for enabling your accountant. Thank you for tag teaming this effort. Now, look, I am not going to make the claim that John Jones is gay. I made the claim pretty confidently a couple weeks ago about Tupac being gay, but I think that's objective. Now, I know a lot of people, again, and there were a couple people that got upset with me. And then at that point, you have to admit that you are anti-gay, which maybe you're okay with. I'm not taking, all I'm saying is I thought it was just a fact in 2025 that we have enough information at our fingertips now to know that Tupac was gay. I just made it. I wasn't saying, and what that means is this. And because of that, I was just saying, it's pretty gay. And that's it. I would leave it what it is. You could feel however you want about that. But I'm not saying that about John Jones. It has definitely been put out there by other people pretty extensively. And if it was a court of law, it looks like an open and shut case. So I'm just kind of riffing off of what's been put out there. Marloca has just blessed 5 more individuals. OG Demo, Pat Kinahan, Tabriasa. Oh, see, they weave these names together weird now on this new YouTube format. Tabraisa. No, it's Ahmed, right? It has to be Ahmed. Is Ahmed? Tabraisa Ahmed. Santos Carlson. Santos L. Carlson, Santos I. Carlson, and Arthur Falling. Thank you very much, Marloca, and all of you that have just been welcomed into the family by ARJR, by Marloca. Please scope the membership perks tab and get the most out of it. It is truly the dark web of the Mexican martial arts. Plenty of hidden goodies in there. Yeah, the Chechen warlord once said there are no gays here in Chechnya, and then he invites John Jones. I bet you he listens to Tupac too. That's what I'm saying, Melancholy. Heck yeah, Melancholy. I'm looking forward to that. Man. It's good to see you around. It's okay to be gay. Just don't be gay about it, fool. Oh my gosh. Yeah, have you seen that video? I think we're talking about the same one, Hoser, where Tupac had like that pink hair or something. I can't remember. He was like he was kind of talking like the hide your kids, hide your wife guy. I'm telling you, the industry changed him. You know how they're trying to make everybody believe that Lil Nas X is gay and he's not gay and he's just an industry plant? They did like the opposite with Tupac, because at that time, that's what the agenda needed. They needed the gangster. They needed the gangster rap culture. They don't want that anymore. They want the zesty dude now. They want the feminization of males. They don't want masculinity. They're emasculating them. Now it's all what the agenda needs at the time. Tupac could have thrived today, and they probably wouldn't have killed him at the end. It's crazy. Bert. Oh, Melancholy. I've probably seen that because I've seen like everything of Louis C.K.'s, except for, I haven't seen that. I know he's kind of popular for that lately, but I haven't seen that. But I can't remember that. I gotta go look that up. I used to be like super into Louis C.K. I mean, some of his stuff's a little like he'll get on a couple topics sometimes where I'm like, all right, can we move on, bro? But I mean, as a craft, as a funny dude, super, super talented. Why do American UFC fighters feel the need to go to Chechnya anyways? It almost becomes like a stupid like rite of passage at a certain point, just because like how dominant the Russians have been in this and that. I just feel like they think they need to do that to get the full experience or something. I don't know. It just seems like it's become trendy. Okay, yeah. I remember when I saw that Hoser, I was like, that's a wrap, bro. If Lil Nas X was gay, he would dress better. And look, and they wouldn't be so blatant about it. Like I know gay dudes, and they don't act like that. It's just like I was saying a while back about Doja Cat. It's like, ooh, you're demonic. You're so demonic, Doja. Oh my gosh, Doja. You're so demonic, girl. Oh my gosh. It's crazy how evil you are. You're so dark. It's like you're trying too hard, bro. Okay, we believe you. We believe you. And they do the same thing with that. Like, I feel like if Lil Nas X was gay, he wouldn't go so hard. It's like, okay, bro, we believe you. It's when they push it that hard, it's like they're really trying to convince you of something. Oh, that's true. Katie Roth does pay him. He does pay him, and the money's there. Bert, I love you, bro. Look, I was having a talk with Marilena about this earlier, and sometimes I might have to change it here and there because of like Jesse Jr.'s games and stuff like that. But I feel like it is 100% smarter for me to prioritize a streaming schedule over a upload schedule. And it was a little stressful the last couple uploads I did on the new channel to make the kind of deadline that I want to. And it didn't make for the best kind of atmosphere day to day. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to fall into the same trap I did on the other channel. I am going to be super crazy consistent, but not at the expense of like everything else in my life. Like, I need to be smart. I need to stay enthusiastic about this, happy about it. And that's like my side quest right now, trying to see how well I could do on there and do everything smart. And in the meantime, I think I need to prioritize this and be as prolific as possible, like I told you guys I would be. So Bert, to answer your question, it is my every intention to stream. And if look, I don't expect anybody here to be able to stay from start to finish. That would be foolish of me. But you know, people go in and out, and it is my intention to stream a few hours every single day from this point on. Probably sometime mid-afternoon toward 4 o'clock or so, 4 or 5 PST. And then any kind of writing, shooting, editing I could fit in before I stream, cool. And then I'll upload as soon as possible. Hopefully upload a few times a week. But I have to prioritize streaming. So yeah, bro, I'm going to be streaming more. The last few uploads I did on the new channel taught me that I need to prioritize that, because even though I feel like good things could happen on that new channel, they're not going to happen if I don't stay consistent here. So I need to be smart about it. Oh, and thank you again, Bert. That was very kind of you. Oh, that's cool. He tried to get O'Malley to go for his son's birthday. O'Malley said chale. He did dang it, I am going senile. Marilena was right, even though she doesn't have a good vocabulary and she used the word incorrectly, because she didn't mean senile when she used the word senile. I am going senile. What's that dude's name? Well, who's the one comedian that didn't go to the Riyadh Festival? Shane Gillis. O'Malley's kind of like Shane Gillis of the UFC. Yeah, Ian Garry's husband. Yeah, I mean, that's what they do, man. It's just so overdone. It's like, okay, we believe you. It's so, I mean, of course, unfortunately, it gets the kids. It's discouraging how many times I've had kids show me something like, oh my gosh, this is crazy, like on Facebook or something. I'm like, you know, this is fake, right? They're like, no way. And I'm like, oh, snap. And you know there's adults like that too. They just don't have the whatever. It's scary, man. GM, I finally pulled the trigger on a welder for the house. You got one at the pad, bro. Should be here soon. About to add a weld shop to my dojo. Thank you for the push and motivation. ARJR, I want to tell you something. There's a gentleman in the in the Mexican Martial Arts Hall of Fame, who goes by the name of Zach of all trades, aka Zach Hughes, aka once you go Zach, you never go back. He started off here. And that dude is a viral sensation on TikTok, Instagram. He's going on there, he's grilling things, he's making meats, and he's collabing with people. He's doing it, bro. I'm so proud of that. It's so crazy. I remember my first interactions with that dude on Patreon. And he just took his own destiny into his hands. And that's what he named his spatula. He took destiny into his hands and he just started flipping. He burns. He has all these different kinds of grills and setups and just, bro. It's inspirational, man. That dude worked with more meats than Ed Gein, bro. And like, I could see you doing the same thing. Like, if you niche out, bro, you just niche out hard, just wilding, just being creative with these beautiful things, and just people will be there, bro. If you truly love it, you're enjoying it, and I don't know if you, I would never tell you, because everyone has their own format. Some people do it with zero talking. And hey, that's like Charlie Chaplin style. It could be super broad and universal that way, because maybe they don't understand your language. So, okay, don't put a language, just show visuals or just have music. Or sometimes they do like the face and they like your personality. However it is, man. Thank you, bro. And you motivate me. I wouldn't be, bro, I could say for a fact that you are a person, and there's a few of you, that I don't think I'd be doing this right now if it wasn't for you. I would have got to this new pad and I'll be like, all right, I got to go apply again at Costco, and hopefully they call me back this time. You're a motivation to me too, bro. Thank you, Chris 13 Mask. Thank you. I'm trying my best on there. I'm motivated, man. Dang, he's getting buff and welding now. Dang. He's in there welding shirtless. Heck yeah, Angel. Zach handles so much meat, John Jones will be jealous. I'm proud of you, ARJR. Just in case. I know a lot of people in this community already are, but if you haven't subscribed to ARJR, please go subscribe to him. This dude has been it's unprecedented, the impact that he has. If you enjoy this channel whatsoever, just know that there's a fat, gigantic, humongous chance I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for this individual. So I would appreciate it very much if you would pay respects and follow this dude's channel. Jane Side Piece. I had to get a closer look at the profile photo. You inspired me, Grandmaster. Maybe I can move from side pieces to the main entree one day. Hey, Jane Side Piece, I have a similar goal for you. Now, I ain't going to make any assumptions. I ain't going to come to any conclusions. Look, I used to have a friend, and his name, let me refresh this. It glitched out on me. I used to have a friend, okay, I'll say it this way. His name was Manuel, Rodriguez. Okay, he was my friend in second grade. Manuel Rodriguez. When I got to third grade, there were 4 kids in my class named Manuel Rodriguez. And none of them were the original Manuel Rodriguez that was my friend in second grade. So that means at the very least, there was 5 Manuel Rodriguezes in my elementary school. And chances are, when you think about the numbers, chances are, if there was already 1 Manuel Rodriguez in second grade and there was 4 more in third grade, making 5 total, chances are, when you think about the ratio, there's probably a bunch more in that elementary school that I never even crossed paths with. So I ain't gonna come to any conclusions when I read this name Jane Sidepiece. I ain't gonna connect any dots. But I will say this, Jane Sidepiece, when you say that you hope to move on to the main entree, I hope for you that it's not part of the same meal. You know what I'm saying? I hope it's somebody that you have a nice meet cute with. A nice single girl that you have a meet cute with. You know, she drops her books on the transit and you pick them up and she says, "Don't pick up my books, I'm a strong independent woman." And you go, "Oh snap, my mom was a strong independent woman and I have a Freudian complex, will you be my lady?" And she says, "Yes, I also have a complex, I like to dominate man." And this conversation went in a direction that I could not have forecasted. So I'm going to stop right there. But I do wish the best for you, bro. I wish the best for you. Thank you, Ryan Lowe. Thank you for doing that, bro. Supporting the homie. Beautiful. There we go, Angel. Look at that. Welding in the MMA tank top. Everyone always saying you would be the best YouTube channel if you did lives daily. Okay, look. Sit Down MMA is hilarious. I love the mini segment. Thank you, bro. I'm having fun over there. I'm feeling confident over there. I have a new lease on life. I have a new lease on YouTube. Ian Garry, I'm gonna put that to the test. I'll put it to the test. I'll stream every day on here. I'll stream every day on here and see if everybody's full of it. Heck yeah, Air JR. I'm gonna go inside now because Marilena was making, what the heck is it called? The pork butt with the green chili. Chile verde, I think that's what they call it. Hey, look it. When me and Marilena got married, she couldn't even make a grilled cheese sandwich. One time she made me a grilled cheese sandwich with no cheese. Figure that one out. And I'm gonna tell you, I have tried Chile Verde at multiple restaurants. I've never had any as good as hers. All right, and don't tell her because I don't want her to get a big head. But I'm looking forward to it. It's not often that I would rather eat at home than go get a double quarter pounder, you know? And tonight, I'm excited. I'm going to get in there, crack open a Diet Dr. Pepper, and I'm going to eat whatever's left in the crock pot because everyone else has already had dinner. And I'm going to go in there and I'm going to eat it alone while I finish the second half of the Kill Tony episode that I missed last night. And I want to thank everybody. She made toast. Grilled toast sandwich. I want to thank you all for being here. Y'all know I'm going to be back tomorrow. And I hope you're able to join me. Thank you for hanging out, cracking some jokes with me tonight, and having a good time. Be safe out there. Make some good. I know, bro. I know I'm doing bad today. Marilena's probably going to get frustrated. Some Tums. Oh, I know what that's like. I was looking for them the other night. Couldn't find them. You guys be safe. I'll meet you back here. different place, different same place, different